What's going on, guys? It's your boy Scrub here, back again with another video. Hope you guys are having a great day. I know I am, and if you are having a great day, then be sure to press the like button. Otherwise, no joke, no scam. Every time you walk into your living room, you're gonna stub your toe. Yeah, that's right. It doesn't seem like it'd be a ton of fun to stub your toe every time you walk inside, so press the like button. Real talk though, guys, I think it's safe to say the world has definitely changed a lot in the last month. Like, a month ago, you could go to the store no problem and get toilet paper, and now you have to wipe with washcloths. A lot of things have just changed, and something that has changed for me is the amount of boredom that I have. I wouldn't say that I'm like a super active person, but quarantine has got me to my limits when it comes to entertainment, so much so that I was checking my Facebook the other day. And I haven't checked Facebook since like 7th grade, mainly because that social media died harder than, I don't know, a game that died really hard. But regardless, while on Facebook, I found a post that I just really needed to make a video about. A post so bizarre and just like so out there that you guys needed to see it too. So yeah, that's what we're gonna be talking about today, and without further ado, let's get into it. Fellow parents, I need some advice on how to punish my child for what they did today, because I find myself at a lack of words. I figured I would turn to Facebook. My son Michael is home with his grandpa during this outbreak since I am a nurse and need to work. My dad is a great role model and has done a lot to help raise Michael. Regardless, today while home from school, Michael was playing the game Fortnite while his grandpa watched on the couch. You know, so far so good. Lil Timmy Two Toes really on his Fortnite grind, making grandpa watch. I'm not really sure if Gramps understands the importance of needing to get a victory royale, but regardless, I guess if you're gonna be locked down with anything, your grandpa and an Xbox is a pretty solid thing to be locked up with. But I'm just trying to figure out where this is gonna go, because if she is turning to Facebook for parenting advice, you know it has to be pretty bad. Like, turning to Facebook for parenting advice is basically the equivalent of leaving your kid with a pack of wolves and letting him be raised by them. Facebook parenting is definitely a 0 out of 10. Nobody whose mom gets parenting advice on Facebook has ever done great things later. After a few hours of playing, Grandpa told my son it was time to take a break and go do something else. This is perfectly okay because he's only supposed to play for a few hours anyways. My son, instead of being a good boy, decided to wait until his grandpa fell asleep and then pounce on him and strap my dad to the chair he was in with a roll of duct tape. And this is when it starts to take a turn for the worse. So Lil Timmy Two Toes, I guess, is addicted to Fortnite like some people are really out there craving crack or heroin. If my grandpa told me to get off the Xbox, my first thought as a child would never be, well, Grandpa, you may have gotten the upper hand this time. I can't get the Vic Roys with my friends, but trust me, the second you fall asleep, I'm gonna pounce on you like a leopard in a nature documentary and duct tape you to the chair where you can't do anything about it. Your kid is just low-key a psychopath if he's taking his grandpa and duct taping him to lazy boy recliners so that way he can play video games. Like, how deprived is this kid? Yeah, you know me, whenever my parents tell me no, I just look at him and say, don't make me do you like I did Grandpa. My mom found me waterboarding him in the garage one day after he told me no, that I couldn't have any more Lucky Charms. I told him it doesn't matter if I have diabetes, old man, I'm still gonna live longer than you. I'm also saying, your parenting's gotta be pretty messed up if your kid ever does this. Like, I get sometimes kids just go crazy, you know, they do bad things, but why is your kid low-key even thinking about this? What have you taught your son to the point where whenever somebody tells him no, he instantly starts talking about and thinking about how to incapacitate them so he could do what he wants? My stupid teacher said no. I bet you she wouldn't say no if I had a roll of rope and I could tie her to her chair and then make her watch me pee on her desk. That was a sentence and a half that had to get out. Those combinations of words have never come out of my mouth before, so I just think I got a little confused. Regardless, you guys won't believe me. The post somehow gets worse. After strapping down his grandpa, he proceeded to game in front of him, and when grandpa was talking, he decided to put his socks in his mouth to keep him quiet. My dad is 82 and doesn't have the strength to fight back. So not only is Grandpa not just a grandpa, he's a Great Depression survivor, but on top of that, this kid has the savagery to duct tape Grandpa to a chair and then just keep gaming with him. Like, yeah, Gramps, I know you told me to get off, but now that you're stuck on the chair, let me force you to watch me do what you just told me not to. This kid is a psychopath. Like, this kid is definitely going to end up in prison one day. Yo, man, when was the first time you committed a crime? Well, technically, I kidnapped my grandpa in a weird way. I did duct tape him to a chair in the basement. Fortunately, my grandpa believed in me and didn't want to press charges. People who are willing to attack their 82-year-old grandpa over a game of Fortnite definitely are not the type of people you want to end up with in life. Any girls watching this video, stay away from dating men who are willing to commit crimes for games. It's just not worth it. I don't care how addicted you are to League of Legends. It doesn't give you an excuse to run an online crime ring to pay for skins. Regardless, little Timmy Two Toes here literally attacks his grandpa and keeps him taped to a chair. But the most disrespectful part, beyond just kidnapping Grandpa and strapping him to a chair, is the way he kept Grandpa quiet. I guess when he was gaming with the boys, Grandpa was getting a little bit too loud in the headset, complaining about the restraints he had on his wrist, taping him to the chair. So he decided to take off his disgusting sweaty socks and put them in Grandpa's mouth. It's degrading enough to be duct taped to a chair by your grandson, but imagine your grandson shoving some sweaty, nasty, stanky, gross, disgusting socks in your mouth. This kid, I'm pretty sure, just broke like 18 human rights codes with the amount of gross things he did to his grandpa with just those socks. My son kept him in that chair strapped down with duct tape until I returned home and had to free my father. Anger doesn't begin to describe my emotions right now. What punishment do you think is fair? I love how she's putting this to a poll on Facebook, like an Instagram influencer with a poll on their story. Like, do you guys like my hair better blonde or brunette? Like, what should I do to my son that tortured my 82-year-old dad all day? Do you guys think I should punish him, or should I high-five him and reward him for work well done? I also love the fact that 14 people liked the post and like nobody reacted with a sad face. 14 people just liked it. Who cares that Grandpa was tied down? Not my problem. As for what punishment I think is appropriate, I'm really not sure. I'm not an expert, but this sounds like a case for Dr. Phil. This really sounds like something you would see on a TV show. My son, while being disrespectful, ended up duct taping Grandpa to a chair and not feeding him for 3 days as he went on a binge gaming session of Fortnite. This does not even sound real. I feel like the appropriate punishment is like sending him to the ranch, but sadly those are all shut down. So I guess, I don't know, maybe send him to a coal mine in the middle of Liberia. I feel like there's not much redeeming a kid willing to kidnap Grandpa to play more Fortnite. It's not even like it was a good game. Maybe it would be understandable if it was the new Animal Crossing or something. Now that is worth tying up Grandpa. But if you're still tying up Grandpa over Fortnite in 2020, it's just a matter of time till you start tying people up in your trunk. That's just my opinion. But the best part is these comments that are on it. There's only 3, but every single one of them is absolutely golden. Honestly, I think he is just bored during quarantine. That and liberal information they teach in schools are probably rotting his mind. I pray for him. I'm not gonna make a comment on anything involving like liberal education or whatever, but I'm just saying I don't think any type of education tells kids to tie up their grandparents. Conservative, liberal, it really doesn't matter what side of politics your teachers are on. They shouldn't be teaching you that it's perfectly okay to tie up the elderly. Like, I don't think his education has anything to do with this. I also love how this person says that he was just bored. Like, oh yeah, you know how boys will be when they get bored, they tie up Grandpa because Grandpa deserves it. It's the natural right of man. You beat up your grandpa, tie him up in the basement, don't feed him for a month, and then use his corpse to feed the cows. Wait, what are you making excuses for this kid for? This isn't even a suggestion. This is just like trying to be a lawyer for this kid to get out of his court case. Thank you for sharing, smiley face sick emoji. And the best part is the mom who posted this liked this, which apparently means it was her favorite comment. I don't know what this dude's deal is. He's looking a little bit creepy in his profile picture. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna show it because I don't want anyone going and like finding him, but he's looking kind of creepy, and I'm just saying it's weird to say thanks for sharing on a story of a child committing elder abuse. Wow, sure am glad to hear the story of kids finally finally standing up to the boomers. They're ruining the planet, and tying them up is the only way that they're going to learn their lesson and stop listening to that libtard education. The Facebook comment section is just a place where, like, brain cells go to die. But the best comment of them all, ladies and gentlemen, comes from a Facebook account that appears to be owned by the grandma of the kid, who apparently tied up her husband, the 82-year-old grandpa. I don't know where the wife was when this was going on, but this comment really just brought joy to my heart, and it was, he probably deserved to be tied up. This grandma is pulling no punches. She wants her husband quarantined permanently. I just love how, like, casually this family's taking it, dude. Their kid is really low-key a psychopath, and grandma's out here trying to blame her husband. That is what we call a family lifestyle. The like on the comment makes it even better too. I'm really not sure what family dynamics are going on here, but I really do hope that my grandkids never decide to duct tape me to a chair to play Fortnite. I'd rather just play with them, because there's no way they can crank 90s like their old man. Regardless though, guys, that's gonna do it for the video. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, be sure to comment down below what you think this kid's punishment should be, because apparently the Facebook mom wants to know. Subscribe if you're new, and turn on notifications. If you turn on notifications and send a screenshot to my Instagram at Scrumbity, I shout somebody out every single day, and today's notification shout out goes to Flamatty. Big thank you for having on those notifications, and yeah, enjoy your quarantine. I'm gonna go look at more Facebook posts because this was great. Hopefully you guys have a great time. I'm gonna go also tape myself to a chair to look for Facebook posts. Don't get anyone pregnant. If you do, make sure they're hot. I'll see you guys next time. I'm out. Peace.